Hi, I'm Leonora Dillon, the Education Curator here at the Salisbury Zoo. Lots of cool things happening here at the zoo, construction going on in new spaces. So we'd love to have you come out and find out what's happening and get to see lots of cool animals. So we're going to head over to Ian Shelley. Ian's one of our keepers here at the zoo and has a fabulous little fella that we want to introduce you to. So we're going to head over to Ian so he can tell you all about this cool baby. Off to Ian.
Thank you very much, Leonora. My name is Ian Shelley. I'm the collection manager at the Salisbury Zoo, and we're here outside of our two-toed sloth exhibit, where earlier this summer we welcomed a new birth into our sloth family. The baby is about 2 months old now, and it's the child of first-time parents Raven, the father, and Buttercup, our female. Now, sloths spend most of their time hanging upside down, and our baby sloth is spending most of its time hanging out on its mother's belly. Sloths tend to spend the first 6 or so months of their lives clinging to their mother, nursing. They drink their mother's milk, and through the milk, they develop a taste for whatever plants that the mother's been eating, which helps them know what to eat when they grow up. Even though it's still primarily on the mother, though, periodically the baby will start to venture off on its own and venture off a few feet, learning how and practicing how to climb. But most of the time it is spending most of its time where it's safe and secure, which is on top of its mother's belly. As the baby does get older, though, we hope that it'll be spending more time out and exploring, and more visitors will get a chance to see it as it makes its way around its habitat.
I'm Caleb Oliver, and I'm a zookeeper here at the Salisbury Zoo. I'm standing in what is and will be our Discover Australia Trail. I'm standing in front of our first completed exhibit. It's the first of 3 exhibits that we'll have. The larger of which is going to house 5 Australian species of birds. In between will be the wallaby exhibit, and down the line we're looking at adding black swan and as well as emu. And then behind me is the completed exhibit. Our kookaburra exhibit has a male and female kookaburra, a tawny frogmouth, and some masked lapwings. And these are all birds from Australia. Out in the exhibit, you'll be able to look down on really all 3 of the exhibits, see the really colorful, larger aviary in the background, and the wallabies romping around or being lazy. And then in here we have the kookaburra exhibit houses more meat-eating shorebirds, so they couldn't go in with the other birds in the other exhibit. So we ended up with 3 is the plan. The next phase of the project will be finishing the wallaby exhibit and hopefully getting them out. And then once we finish the larger aviary, we'll have our grand opening for the whole trail. So if you guys want to come with me inside the kookaburra exhibit, where you can see who's hungry. So the first of the 3 Australian birds that we have in the kookaburra exhibit is our friend Kermit here. He's our tawny frogmouth. And they, as their main form of defense and as well to hunt, will camouflage themselves and often hold very still and stand at an angle to look like a branch. He's a little apprehensive right now because we're a little closer than average for a stranger to be, but that's what they'll do often in exhibits. So just because you don't see him doesn't mean he's not there. They are meat-eating birds, and he likes his food, so we'll see if his hunger outweighs his shyness. You'll see why they're called frogmouths with his big wide mouth. And he really loves his food. And we're looking at maybe getting him a mate down the line, just so that he feels a little more at ease. But right now he's been doing really well. So next we'll move over to the lapwings and see if we can get them to eat and enjoy their pool a little bit. So these are our masked lapwings. They are, I believe, the largest of the plover species, and they're shorebird, very similar to killdeer around the eastern shore. And they are a lot more fierce than their appearance would lead you to believe. They actually are very brave. They're known for defending their nests by faking an injury and moving away from the nest to lure predators away. And if that doesn't work, they'll even attack the predators all out as a pair. They tend to spend a lot of time in their little pool, but they're a little bit nervous right now of the camera. But I'm still giving them some treats on the ground that are mealworms. That's one of their favorite treats to get. And once they're done snacking, we can move on to our pair of kookaburra. Our female is not nearly as shy as the male, and she may also be interested in taking a mouse similar to the frogmouth. So this is our female kookaburra. Our male is a little bit more shy, so he's actually behind the camera right now. But I'm going to try to leave a mouse for her as a treat so that you guys can see how they eat. They are also pretty fierce in their own way. They're known for catching small lizards and rodents, and they'll kill them any way they can, which their primary way to do it is repeatedly smashing them against a rock, which is pretty impressive to watch. And when you see that big bill, it's pretty intimidating for their prey. As you can see, she's already pretty hungry. Oops. So I'm going to leave that there for her and see if she'll eat it. She's actually getting kind of used to being hand-fed, so there you go. There you go. Now, that was the beginning of a vocalization that they're known for, and their common name is the laughing kookaburra. They will do that almost every morning, similar to a rooster, and that actually earned them the nickname of the Bushman's clock. And they make quite a variety of different vocalizations like that. They're very impressive. They can be heard from a long distance. My thought is that they're likely from an area of New Guinea and Australia where there's a large number of diverse species, and they do that as because they've had to become very territorial over the years, and it's to intimidate and broadcast what their territory is. She's thinking about going down to get it, but I think she's a little nervous and decided to go for a couple mealworms instead. I think she's a little bit confused by being offered food on the ground. She's usually up above you, or maybe just more interested in the mealworms right now. They're part of the Australian kingfisher species. They're known to be near water, but they tend to not live right on the water like shorebirds do. So those are our kookaburra. Make sure to come see them next time you're in the zoo. The whole area hasn't officially been opened yet, but they are visible on exhibit behind the gift shop. And we'll head on back over to you, Leonora.
Next, we're going to head over to Ralph Pyland, our director, and he's going to tell you all about our wonderful new exhibit that we have. The space is probably something that you've seen if you've been to the zoo lately, so you'll be able to find out what's going to be going on in that space very shortly. So we're going to head over to Ralph now.
Thanks, Leonora. I'm Ralph Pyland, and I have the privilege of being the director here at the Salisbury Zoo. Behind me, you see the newest addition to the Salisbury Zoo campus, and it's still a work in progress. The William E. Morgan Conservation Center replaces what was the oldest building on our zoo campus. It represents the philanthropic efforts of the Delmarva Zoological Society and the generosity of the Salisbury community. In particular, we'd like to thank the Hazel family, Colleen and Morgan Hazel, for their generosity in supporting not only the original building, but this building as well. The building was designed by the Becker Morgan Group and was fabricated by the Delmarva Veterans Builders, who did a wonderful job creating the shell of the building. And now we're working on two things to get this building ready for the public. One is the fabrication of exhibit components that we're working with specialist contractors to create habitats that will replicate the native homes of the animals that we'll be presenting. And Ian Shelley, our registrar, is working very hard to acquire the specimens for this building. We have some animals here already on site. We have other animals that have been promised by other zoos, and they're holding those components until we're ready for them. And we're still talking to yet other zoos to make sure we can acquire the broadest range of animals to make this building an exciting addition for the public. But we're looking at things like Panamanian golden frogs, Chinese gold coin turtles, yellow anacondas, blue iguanas. We think it'll be a very exciting addition, and it will be the first opportunity for the zoo to be able to reliably exhibit reptiles to the visiting public as they visit the zoo. So we hope to have this improvement ready for you shortly, and hopefully you'll hear more about it as that work progresses. Now, Leonora, back to you.
Thanks, Ralph. I know everyone's excited about coming out to see this new space. Our next person we're going to talk to today is going to be Miss Mary Seaman. She's our marketing and PR associate, and she's going to tell us all about some fun and wonderful things that the kids can come out to in the next couple of weekends, and we would love to see each and every one of you there. So off to Mary.
Thank you, Leonora. Hi, my name is Mary Seaman, and I am the Marketing and Development Coordinator here at the Salisbury Zoo. And I'm here to talk to you about one of our biggest Halloween events for the Salisbury Zoo. Is Halloween Happening. It will happen in October, on October 14th and October 21st. Each Saturday, it'll run from 1 to 4 p.m. Not So Scary Halloween Happening, sponsored by Gateway Subaru, provides Halloween-themed activities for children 10 and under who may not want to participate in the scarier parts of a Halloween event. Children will be able to trick or treat throughout the zoo, participate in Halloween games, be educated about animals, go through a hay bale maze, and the whole family can compete in a costume contest. Also, this year, Gateway Subaru will be here with 2 of their vehicles dressed up for Halloween. Tickets are on sale at the Salisbury Zoo Ocelot Spot gift shop between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. or at First Shore Federal Bank at Civic Avenue, open weekdays 8:30 to 3 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are $8 for children, which includes 1 free adult ticket for every child ticket purchased. Tickets purchased at the gate the day of the event are $2 adult and $8 children. Hope to see you at Halloween Happenings. Back to you, Leonora.
Thanks, Mary, for giving us that information about Halloween Happenings. We hope to see everybody out there. Make sure to tune in to find out next month about some great events that are coming up. And we appreciate you guys tuning in for catching up with the Zoo Crew here on Pack 14. See you next time.